During the 70s and early 80s, the UK experienced a rising trend of house fires and deaths resulting from furniture filled with synthetic foams, with smoke as materials identified as a prime cause of ignition. As a consequence, the UK furniture regulations were introduced first in 1979 for cigarette resistance of outer covers, and then in 1988 for both cigarette and match resistance, including the need for combustion-modified foam fillings. These regulations specify that the fillings, including foam and coverings of all domestic furniture, should pass stringent flammability tests. These tests are stricter than any used today in continental Europe or the USA. Looking back at the 25 years since the introduction of the latter regulations, there is absolutely no doubt that they work. A UK government report in 2009 estimated that they save 54 lives per year, prevent 780 injuries and around 1,000 fires every year, equating to cost savings of £140 billion per annum. Since 1988, total UK dwelling fire deaths have fallen from greater than 700 per annum down to about 300 per annum, with respective fatalities associated with furnishings dropping from 195 down to less than 60 per annum. In other words, the UK furniture regulations have cut fire deaths by over 2/3 during the last quarter century. There are three main tests within the regulations: a cigarette test and a match test, both for the cover fabric, and a third test, commonly known as the Crib 5 test, for the foam filling. No matter which materials are used to make the furniture, they are all required to pass these three tests before being sold to the domestic market in the UK. Domestic furniture which passes these flammability tests is far more difficult to catch fire compared to furniture for sale in continental Europe and the USA, thanks to the use of combustion-modified foam and flame-retardant fabrics. These regulations are most likely to have benefited those people who experience the highest incidence of fires, such as the financially challenged, who would tend to buy cheaper and lower quality furniture, as well as those who are most vulnerable when escaping a fire, such as very young children, the elderly and the disabled. The history of the UK furniture regulations therefore tells us that a well-designed fire safety standard is a powerful weapon in the fight against fire and the associated human and financial costs.